This man is looking for a place to pee. It so happens that the barrel next to him is on fire. He thinks this is dangerous, so he plans to put out the fire with his urine. But when he pees on it, the fire burns even brighter. The man is terrified. What did he just pee out? Why is it black? He thinks there must be something wrong with his body, so he immediately goes to the hospital. After some medical tests, the doctor is shocked to find that the man's urine is actually oil. What's wrong with him? Welcome to Movie Ape Channel. Today I will bring you a thriller and mystery show, Tales of the Bizarre. An hour ago, Minato was taking a rest in a park. He saw a cute bronze fountain sculpture chopped by tourists, so he helped to clean it. Just after he finished, Minato felt the urge to pee, so he rushed away to find the toilet. Suddenly, the sculpture peed a drop of black liquid, which fell into the water and generated a colorful glow. The little pissing man seemed to have just cast some mysterious magic. At the hospital, the doctor tells Minato to wait outside while he makes a secret phone call. Then two strangers appear and take Minato away. He tries to resist but is forcibly pushed into a car. It turns out that they are from the Tokyo Institute of Human Science, and their purpose is to take Minato to do experiments. On the way, Minato says he has to pee, so the guards took him to the woods. The black urine flows right to the guard's feet, and at the moment he is lighting a cigarette, but accidentally drops the lighter on the urine, which instantly causes a fire. Minato takes the opportunity to escape, and when dawn breaks he escapes to a village and falls to the ground. That's when a beautiful girl appears in front of him, and then he passes out. When he wakes up, he sees but a wrinkled old face. He is scared and immediately sits up. The old man says he is the chief of this village, and it was Sumiko who saved him. As he is talking, Sumiko brings some onigiri, and Minato, who has not eaten for a day, quickly gobbles them up. Then Chief takes him on a tour of the village, saying that the place was once famous for its abundant rice production, but now the farmland is abandoned because the oil is too expensive and people can't afford to use tractors. The young people have gone to work in the city and only the old people are left in the village. After hearing the story, Minato picks up a bottle from the ground, then goes to the trees and starts peeing. Seeing Minato's rude behavior, the chief hurriedly covers Sumiko's eyes. Then Minato pours his urine into the tractor, and the tractor surprisingly starts. When they learn that Minato can pee oil, everyone is dumbfounded. The chief realizes that Minato is very valuable to the village, so he begs Minato to stay. Then Minato is given a position as the head of the energy department, and Sumiko is arranged to be his assistant. His work routine is to drink water and pee, which is fairly simple, and since he has been unemployed for a while now, he happily accepts the offer. He even sets himself the task of producing 100 liters a day. With the oil provided by Minato, the village comes back to life. The tractors are working again, the buses are back in operation, and the villagers are hopeful for the future. However, the chief didn't tell the villagers that it was all because of Minato. So everyone thinks it's because the chief has found an oil field and is grateful to him. But the kind-hearted Minato doesn't care, as long as he can help everyone. But the greedy chief is not yet satisfied. He asks Minato to increase production, saying it is for the sake of the villagers. Minato agrees to do so, even though he has almost reached his limit. In the evening, Minato is producing oil when the power suddenly goes out. This makes him feel strange, because the amount of oil he produced was enough to supply the village, and there should not be a power outage. So he decides to go to the power supply room to check what is causing the power outage. But just as he comes to the door, he sees oil drops on the ground. Following the traces, he comes to a warehouse, which is surprisingly piled with oil, with an export label written on it. The depletion of oil in recent years has led to economic crises in countries around the world, and the price of oil has increased 20 times. It turns out that the chief has fooled Minato. He has been secretly selling the oil and putting all the money in his pocket. It makes Minato very angry. He goes to the chief and condemns him, and he is going to quit working for him. But how can the chief let go of this money-making machine? He immediately ties Minato up. They forcibly insert a tube into Minato's body and tell him to continue producing oil. But Minato doesn't want to let the chief take advantage of him, so he tries his best to hold the urine, but his bladder is about to explode. Suddenly, Sumiko sneaks in and saves Minato. The two decide to escape from the village. They keep running and eventually hide in an abandoned warehouse. Thinking that the kind chief has turned evil because of money, Minato starts to blame himself for having the ability to pee oil. Sumiko says to him, since God chooses you to have this ability, you should use it to help more people. They look at each other, and after what they went through they fall in love with each other easily. But early in the morning, the chief finds them. At the same time, the agents from the Tokyo Institute also find them, and they want to take Minato away. The chief is the first one to stop them, because he plans to use the oil to make the village an independent country, and he will be the king. The scientist laughs when he hears his plan, and then the scientist tells everyone about his grand vision. He says he will first study Minato's DNA and then use it to replicate many giants, and with these giants, he will be able to achieve mass production of oil. By then Japan would be the largest oil exporter and thus control the world economy. While the two are arguing, Minato grabs a burning stick and prepares to die with everyone. However, he is not spewing fire, but instead puts out the fire, which is a little embarrassing. It turns out that his superpower disappeared along with his virginity last night. Minato is very happy, this is exactly what he wants. In the end, peace is restored to the village and the chief sincerely apologizes to everyone. Minato stays in the village and gets married to Sumiko, and they have a sweet baby. At noon, Sumiko is changing the diaper for the baby, and she is surprised to find that the baby is peeing a sparkling liquid. What was it this time?